Over 80% of older adults in the US live in homes under 1,500 square feet, yet every day, many feel like they're fighting a losing battle against overflowing cabinets, hard-to-reach closets, and narrow bathroom shelves. The real problem? It's not the size of your home, it's the outdated storage setups that were never designed with aging bodies or daily safety in mind. If you've ever strained to grab something from a low drawer, shuffled past stacked items on the floor, or felt frustrated by how cramped your home feels, you're not alone. But there's good news. A wave of new, smart storage products is changing everything, specifically built to make small homes safer, simpler, and more supportive for seniors over 60. In this video, we're revealing the latest must-have tools that are transforming how older adults live without the need to renovate, downsize, or sacrifice independence. If your space could use less hassle and more freedom, hit that like button, tap subscribe, and let's explore the upgrades your home's been waiting for. Bernice never considered herself fragile. At 74, she still did her own shopping, cooked her favorite stews, and had a sharp memory for every birthday in her church group. But living alone in a 620 square foot apartment had quietly worn her down in ways she didn't talk about, not even to her daughter. The kitchen felt like a puzzle with no solution. Her closets, once organized, were now a patchwork of stacked bins and overfilled shelves. And the bathroom? Let's just say she avoided bending over unless absolutely necessary. Then came the day she dropped her phone behind a deep cabinet. To retrieve it, she knelt awkwardly, twisted her torso, and nearly tipped forward. It wasn't a fall, but it was a moment that left her shaken. Not because she was hurt, but because she realized something deeper. Her home no longer felt like an ally. It felt like an obstacle course. That night, Bernice sat on her couch and did something she hadn't done before, searched online not just for senior products, but for smarter storage ideas specifically for people her age. Not generic plastic bins. Not flimsy as seen on TV gadgets. But thoughtful tools that respected her age, her dignity, and her independence. What she found surprised her. There were actually companies and designers creating products just for seniors living in small spaces. Storage that didn't require drilling, crawling, or reconfiguring her life. Solutions that gave her more room to breathe, mentally and physically. She started small, with a few pull-out cabinet trays. Then came the rotating pantry system. Within weeks, Bernice was moving more freely, standing straighter, and feeling more in control. Not just over her stuff, but over her space and herself. What changed? Not the square footage. Not the furniture. But the mindset. Her home should work for her, not the other way around. And from that moment on, it did. Bernice used to dread reaching into her lower kitchen cabinets, not because of what was in them, but because of how hard it was to get to anything. Like many seniors, her joints weren't what they used to be, and the thought of crouching down, stretching into a dark corner, or dragging out a heavy baking pan felt like a small battle every single time. That all changed when she discovered something simple, but game-changing: wide-grip glide bins with built-in tracks and soft traction bottoms. No more bending or bracing. She simply pulls the handle, and everything she needs rolls right into view. But what really surprised her wasn't just how easy they were to use, it was how much stress they removed from her day. These bins didn't just improve her kitchen. They created a new rhythm in her home. She now organizes by category: one bin for her baking supplies, one for reusable containers, another for breakfast items. Each one labeled in large, high-contrast print so she can spot what she needs in seconds. What used to be a chaotic, hard-to-reach mess now feels like a personalized drawer system built for her, not for a 20-something. And she didn't need to remodel a thing. These glide bins have also become her secret weapon under the bathroom sink. Instead of knocking over bottles trying to find the right cleaning spray, she just slides the bin forward, uses what she needs, and slides it right back. No more twisting, tipping, or digging through clutter. If you've ever hesitated before reaching into a deep cabinet, or worse, left something untouched for months because it was just too hard to get to, this small change might be exactly what your space needs. Let us know in the comments, what's one place in your home that's hardest to organize? We read every response and might feature your question in our next video. Bernice always kept things close to her bedside, a habit from years of living alone. Her remote, her reading glasses, a water bottle, and her nighttime meds were all within arm's reach, or so she thought. But more often than not, her small nightstand turned into a crowded mess. Items would slip off the edge, pill bottles would get lost behind alarm clocks, and once, she accidentally sent her lamp crashing to the floor in the middle of the night. That moment shook her. She didn't want to install a bulky hospital-style bed rail. It felt too medical, too much like giving up independence. What she found instead was something far better, and far less intrusive, a sleek bedside caddy with a built-in support arm designed just for seniors. It slides easily between the mattress and bed frame, anchoring itself without tools. The caddy has wide, structured pockets with reinforced seams, big enough for a full-sized water bottle, an extra pair of socks, and even her crossword puzzle book. And the support handle? It gives just enough leverage to help her sit up or steady herself when standing, without making the bed feel like a hospital setup. What surprised Bernice most wasn't the design, but the peace of mind. No more fumbling in the dark. No more stretching to grab a phone from across the nightstand. Everything now has its place, and nothing rolls away into the shadows. She even started using the pockets to pre-pack her morning, a tissue pack, her glasses, a devotional, and a flashlight, so her day begins calmly and without struggle. It's a simple shift, but for Bernice, it means better sleep, safer mornings, and fewer worries about middle-of-the-night mishaps. For many seniors, the bedroom can be a source of quiet risk, unseen but always felt. This one upgrade turned Bernice's nights from restless to restful. Have you ever knocked something over trying to reach it in the dark? Drop a quick yes in the comments, or tell us what your current bedside setup looks like. Your story could inspire someone else to finally make their space safer. There's something frustrating about rummaging through a kitchen drawer, especially when your hands aren't as steady as they used to be, and your patience wears thin faster than it used to. Bernice used to keep her scissors, measuring spoons, and kitchen towels in a shallow drawer near the stove. But over time, it became more like a junk drawer. Things got tangled, disappeared under each other, and sometimes she'd open it only to slam it shut again out of pure frustration. That all changed when she discovered a newer kind of wall-mounted helper, not the clunky metal racks from decades ago, but a modern, soft-lined magnetic strip made specifically with home safety and convenience in mind. These aren't the rough industrial kinds you'd find in a garage workshop. They're smooth-edged, lightweight, and designed to be installed without tools or damage to your walls. In fact, many simply peel and stick, making them ideal for renters or anyone who doesn't want to drill holes. Bernice placed hers right next to her stove, and suddenly, everything she used daily was within effortless reach: her favorite spatula, cooking scissors, even a microfiber towel she uses to wipe the counter. No more opening drawers mid-recipe. No more losing tools in clutter. Just a quick grab and back to cooking. But what made this upgrade feel like a breakthrough wasn't just convenience, it was how it changed her kitchen routine. She no longer had to bend to get what she needed. She wasn't fumbling with stuck drawers or trying to remember where she last placed the peeler. Everything was visible, accessible, and exactly where she left it. What's more, these magnetic strips are now being used in other parts of the home too, by seniors who want a place to hang keys near the entry, organize mail near the desk, or keep a flashlight handy in the hallway. One strip, endless possibilities. If you've ever opened a drawer and felt overwhelmed by the clutter, or caught yourself bending just a bit too far to reach something small, this might be your favorite tip yet. What's one item in your home you wish you could keep in arm's reach? Let us know in the comments. You might give someone else a brilliant storage idea. Bernice used to have a coffee table that looked charming, but functionally, it was a nuisance. It had sharp corners, no storage, and was heavy enough that moving it required effort she didn't always have. When she needed somewhere to prop up her legs, she had to drag a pillow over. When guests visited, it became cluttered with coasters, mail, and puzzle books. It wasn't working for her anymore. Then she discovered something better, a soft-top rolling ottoman with hidden storage and a reversible tray lid. At first glance, it looked like a simple cube. But the moment she brought it home, it quickly became one of the most used and most loved items in her living room. Now, her magic cube, as her grandkids call it, holds all the things she uses daily: puzzle books, a blood pressure cuff, a cozy throw, a few extra chargers, and a container for her medications. With wheels that lock safely in place, she can glide it across the floor when she wants to rearrange things or roll it closer to prop her feet up. But the real magic? The tray top lid. With one flip, it becomes a steady tabletop surface where she can enjoy tea, write out birthday cards, or set down a snack without worrying about spills. It's stable, wipeable, and easy to lift, no heavy tugging, no stiff lids to pry open. Unlike hard coffee tables or flimsy storage bins, this ottoman blends comfort and practicality. The soft surface means it's gentle on aging legs, and the padded sides provide an extra place to lean or brace when standing up. Bernice says it's become her everything station, a footrest, a seat, a surface, and a storage unit all rolled into one. And perhaps best of all, it looks nothing like a piece of senior furniture. It fits right in with her decor, sleek, neutral, and cozy. She's even considering getting a second one for the bedroom. If you've ever struggled to find a surface that does more than just sit there, or wished your furniture helped you instead of getting in the way, this little ottoman might be exactly what your space is missing. What would you store inside yours? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear how you'd make it your own. Bernice had learned to make do with her tiny bathroom. The sink was narrow, the counter even narrower, and everything she used daily, her toothbrush, face cream, glasses, and hand mirror, ended up crammed together around the faucet. Most days, it felt like she was playing a careful game of balance. One wrong bump, and something would slide into the sink or crash onto the tile. But what finally pushed her to make a change wasn't just the mess. It was the morning she reached to grab her lotion, clipped her hand on the faucet, and nearly knocked over the ceramic soap dish. Nothing broke, thankfully, but the stress lingered. That's when she decided her bathroom didn't need more space, it needed smarter space. She found a fold-down bathroom shelf made specifically for tight, high-traffic spots like hers. The shelf attached to the wall using strong adhesive brackets, no drilling, no screws, no damage. When she doesn't need it, it folds flat against the wall like a tucked-in tray. But when she's getting ready in the morning or winding down at night, it flips out and gives her an instant platform that's sturdy, clean, and perfectly positioned at shoulder height. Now, instead of juggling everything on a cramped sink edge, she keeps her must-haves laid out neatly on this fold-out station. Her glasses no longer risk a dive into the drain. Her toothpaste isn't lost behind the faucet. Even her magnifying mirror has its own spot now, at just the right height so she doesn't have to lean over and squint. But the biggest win? No more reaching, twisting, or knocking things over. Everything is placed where her hands naturally go, making her morning routine smoother and her evening wind down calmer. And when company comes over, she just folds it back up, clean and out of the way. This one small upgrade turned her bathroom from a daily frustration into a space that actually supports her needs. What's the one item always cluttering your bathroom sink? Drop it in the comments. We might feature your answer in a future video with tips tailored just for that challenge. Bernice used to joke that her pantry was like playing a memory game, except one where she never won. She'd reach for a can of tomatoes and accidentally knock over the oatmeal. Or worse, she'd buy another jar of peanut butter, only to find two already buried behind a wall of soup cans. Her narrow pantry shelves weren't the problem, it was how everything got hidden the moment she put it away. What changed everything was a modern take on an old idea: pivot-style pantry towers designed specifically with seniors in mind. Unlike the clunky spinning carousels that often require wrist strength and perfect balance, these new towers are tall, vertical organizers that pivot out with a gentle touch. Instead of twisting, stacking, or digging through rows of cans, Bernice can now see everything she has instantly. Each level of the tower can be labeled clearly in large print, something she truly appreciates now that her eyesight isn't what it used to be. One shelf says soups, another says baking, another for snacks. Everything has a home, and more importantly, everything stays in place. These organizers don't demand a full pantry makeover either. They fit into standard shelves and make use of vertical space that often goes wasted. What was once a source of daily frustration is now something Bernice actually enjoys managing. She even added one of these towers in her bathroom closet to sort vitamins, cotton swabs, and extra hand soap, items that used to live in a chaotic bin she never wanted to touch. And here's what's really clever: these pantry towers can pull forward or rotate slightly without displacing other items, which means even on her stiffest days, Bernice doesn't have to bend or strain to find what she needs. In her words, "It's like my pantry grew a brain." If your shelves feel like they're working against you, or if you've ever bought something only to find it already hidden in the back, this upgrade could save you money, energy, and stress. What part of your pantry gives you the biggest headache? Let us know in the comments. We might highlight a solution for it in an upcoming episode. For years, Bernice treated the space under her sink like a junk drawer on steroids. It was where old spray bottles went to die, where trash bags got buried behind paper towels, and where every cleaning product somehow ended up lying sideways. She hated going in there. But she also didn't know how to fix it. The awkward pipe in the middle made traditional shelving a nightmare, and the idea of installing anything complicated was off the table. But everything changed when she discovered a product that most people overlook: an expandable under-sink shelf system designed specifically to work around plumbing, not against it. These shelves don't require drilling, tools, or even perfect alignment. They simply expand horizontally to fit the width of your cabinet and come with adjustable panels that leave room for the pipe in the middle. What Bernice loved most was that she didn't have to guess where to start. She placed her trash bags in one bin on the left, her rubber gloves in a basket on the right, and lined up her daily cleaning sprays on the top shelf, each one now upright, visible, and within easy reach. No more tipping bottles. No more digging through a dark cabinet. And no more bending down for longer than a few seconds. Before the upgrade, she avoided opening those doors altogether. It felt like a risk. One false move and something could fall, spill, or worse, require her to crouch and clean it up. Now, it's one of the most functional spaces in her home. These expandable shelves come with gripped feet, so they don't slide around, and they're made from lightweight metal and plastic that can handle moisture without rusting. Whether you live in a house, apartment, or assisted living unit, this simple addition makes an overlooked space feel like it was custom built. For seniors who want to stay independent but safe, it's not just about having less stuff, it's about making the stuff you do have easier to reach, easier to manage, and safer to store. What's hiding under your sink right now that you haven't touched in months? Leave a comment below. You might be surprised how many of us are in the same boat. Bernice's apartment didn't magically get bigger. The walls are still the same distance apart. Her square footage hasn't changed. But something else has, something far more important, the way she moves through her space. She no longer hesitates before reaching into a cabinet. There's no more quiet frustration when she bends down to grab a bottle, no more whispered prayers that a pan doesn't come crashing out of the cupboard. Instead, everything feels easy, predictable, supportive. The transformation wasn't dramatic on the surface, no contractors, no new furniture sets, no weekend-long projects. But if you walked into her home today, you'd notice something different. Not from how it looks, but from how she acts. She walks straighter. She smiles more. She moves without that subtle caution that used to live in her every step. That's the kind of after photo that doesn't show up in a magazine. It's not glossy or staged, it's real, lived-in peace of mind. Her storage spaces now work with her, not against her. The things she uses daily are within reach. The things she rarely uses are stored smartly, not in a way that traps her or makes her home feel cramped. And everything has its place. Not perfect, not Pinterest ready, but practical in a way that brings daily relief. And perhaps most importantly, she feels more in control. When she opens a drawer, she knows what's inside. When she gets ready in the morning, she doesn't knock anything over. She's not afraid of falling, fumbling, or failing to find something important. That's what smart storage can do, not just for Bernice, but for any senior who's tired of feeling like their home is quietly working against them. Your home doesn't need to change its size to change your life. Sometimes all it takes is a few adjustments, a fresh approach, and the belief that comfort and independence aren't luxuries, they're your right. If you're ready to make your home feel like it fits you again, you're not alone. And you don't have to start big, just start smart. Which of these smart storage upgrades made you stop and think, I need that? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what could make your daily life a little easier. Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step too. And if you're ready to turn your home into a space that truly supports how you live now, or not how you lived 30 years ago, tap like, hit subscribe, and share this video with a friend or loved one who deserves comfort, safety, and peace of mind in every corner of their home.